Just before dawn, a black car drives through the streets shrouded in the morning fog toward a hazy city in the distance. I love this music. Are you guys hearing this? It's so good. Although she's been in the car for an entire day and night, she does not feel sleepy at all. She reaches out from the front passenger seat to wipe away the cool condensation on the car window. As the water droplets fall, Artem's reflection appears in the glass. He's holding onto the steering wheel as he glances at her.
뻐근하죠? 10분 뒤면 함양시 도착하니까 눈도 붙여요.
Anxious, we still have half an hour before we get to Xiaoming City. Get some rest. Would you be able to sleep on the first day of a mission? The Xiaoming City that Artem mentioned is a large city that has seen rapid development in recent years. It has attracted countless people to move there in hopes of making a fortune. Is it Shanghai? However, below the surface of prosperity are various insidious forces. Certain business associations have an absolute say in the city and are so powerful that they can easily achieve something like imposing a monopoly. Most people in the city live a life that is entirely dependent on business associations, and they are completely unable to move up in the world. Yay! Good job, Kathy. Rosa and Artem are part of the Zhengheng Society, a grassroots organization. They have asked the two of them to head to Xiaoming City to change the current situation. Oh, they're partners!
것 같은데 그럴 때 좀 더 준비해두는 건 어때요? 의욕이 넘치는 것 같은데 그럴 때 좀 더 준비해두는 건 어때요?
It seems that you're full of enthusiasm. How about preparing just as much? Artem is quite relaxed this time compared to Rosa.
당신 노트에 들을 적어뒀으니 시간 날 때 읽어둬요.
And a bit playful. I wrote down many things to be aware of in your notebook, so you might as well go over them again. Seeing how serious he looks as he speaks to her, she can't help but want to tease him a little. She clears her throat and flips open her notebook. I'll review everything from the beginning then. Look, I've written it all down nice and clearly. I, Rosa, abide by the organization's arrangements for me to my partner Artem to infiltrate the Shenghua Association of Xiaoming City and build an intelligence network. Why does it sound like vows? Like she's stating her vows? The Shenghua Business Association is the most influential organization in Xiaoming City. To get into the inner circle, the two of them had to prepare suitable false identities. Right, burn it. Artem, you're the new director of the Business Association and I'm your family member. Wait, what? Wait, what? Is this game? Okay.
키 말하면 제 와이프죠.
Yes, to be specific, you're my wife. Okay. Okay. Darn, I thought we were gonna get some spice in here.
이번에 파트너로 움직이면서 쓸 코드명은 운하예요.
We operate as partners, sharing the codename Cloudbreak. As he says this, Artem's gaze seems to falter for a moment. He looks awkwardly at the dashboard where there is an open locket containing their wedding photo. In the slightly grayish photo, she is holding a bouquet of flowers, holding Artem's arm in a slightly reserved manner. The image of her is looking directly at the camera, as though meeting the real Artem's gaze. He's so gay. Their cloud break. Yeah, they're so cute. Artem's face visibly reddens. Then he smiles
아직
wryly.
젊어서 이런 일들을 하기 이르기도 하고 그에 따른 리스크도 클 텐데.
You're still young. It's too early for you to be exposed to this. The risks are huge.
잘 생각해 봤나요?
Have you thought about this carefully? Or thoroughly? Of course, we'll be watching each other's backs in different roles. That was what we agreed on. Besides, our identities aren't all fake. We may not be married, but we're family. Wait. Stop messing with my heart, game. Is this gonna be spicy or not? And I really want to live up to the ideals that you spoke of. Your whole chest and arms hurt. No pain, no gain. A few years ago. Is it a forbidden ship, right? I thought they were gonna act like a forbidden ship, but now it looks like a real forbidden ship. I'm so confused. A few years ago, when Artem was on a mission, he saved her after tragedy befell her entire family and brought her back to Shanghang society. Oh, I see. I can't bear to see a person be deprived of everything. And I want to create a society where everyone can choose their future according to their own ability. That seems to be the reason Artem took her in and let her live with him. Oh my god. It's adopted. It's adopted forbidden ship, guys. Except he adopted her? Wait. Hi Finn, welcome back. Yeah. Oh my god. What is this? What's happening? To repay him for his kindness, also because she agrees with his ideals, she repeatedly offered to join the organization and become an intelligence officer like Artem. I know it's spicy. Man, they're giving Artem the spicy stuff. After a period of hard work and waiting, Artem finally agrees to be her mentor. In the forest at dawn, she raises her training gun and points it at a certain direction. Artem, standing beside her, adjusts her posture. Is this a flashback?
꽉 쥐어요. 이제 움직이지 말고 심호흡하는 거예요.
Hold it firmly. Don't move your arm. And take a deep breath.
이제
They cut him off.
이제 손 놓을게요.
I'm letting go now. You're gonna hold something? Oh my god, Beck. Firmly grasp it, yes. His hands gradually move away from her hands holding the gun. She steadies her breath, her index finger slowly rubbing against the trigger. Why do you need to describe that, game? A bang is heard and the target set up in the woods falls. I did it. I did pretty well, right?
상상 이상이에요. 생각했던 것보다 진도가 빨리 나가고 있어요. 확실히 타고났네요.
Far beyond my imagination. You're progressing faster than I expected. In truth, you're a natural. After all, I want to graduate from you as soon as possible and become an independent intelligence officer. She means she wants to be emancipated so they can get married. Artem pauses for a moment, his gaze softening.
사실 모든 훈련을 마치더라도 한동안은 제 곁에 있어야 해요.
In truth, even if you finish all the training, you need to stay by my side for a while longer.
정식 정보원이 되려면 제가 기간을 통과하거든요.
Before you can officially become an intelligence officer, you will have a probational period under my supervision. Firmly rubbing that trigger, her trigger, right? A probational period. What do I need to do?
제 파트너가 돼서 임무를 완수하면 되는 거니 너무 걱정하지 말아요.
Don't worry. All you have to do is partner with me on one mission. By mission, Artem was referring to this secret operation to infiltrate the Shanghai organization. Okay, I won't let you down. I'll pass the probational period with flying colors.
네, 당신 실력은 잘 알고 있죠.
Yes, I've seen what you're capable of.
하지만 알아도
But you must know.
정보원은 늘 외로움과 스트레스가 뒤따라요. 하명시에서도 장시간 잠복하는 일이 생기거나 매번 위험이 따를 수 있어요.
Doing intelligent works means we face loneliness and stress. We may have to stay in Shaming City for time, where danger lurks around every corner.
우리를 버티게 하는 건 꿈과 능력도 있겠지만 결국은 각오예요.
Oh, it isn't our ideals or abilities that keep us going, but it's actually cognizance. Awareness? What is this? Okay. I think they're okay, whatever. I'm not gonna we need to calm down. Let's just enjoy the spicy part. Ignore the weird vocabulary usage. In Cognizance, I've always shared your ideals and I'm determined to help you achieve them. Since you rescued me, I will definitely... A helpless smile appears on Artem's face as he keeps his eyes on the end of the road where the fog has yet to dissipate. Before she can ask him any more questions, he leaves her with a vague statement.
곧 알게 될 거예요.
You'll soon understand. Distinct vocab. Stepdaddy Artem. I don't... What's happening? I didn't expect stepfather, stepdaughter romance from this story. 4 years later, at the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Shaming City, another New Year's Eve has come. People from all walks of life gather in the banquet hall, waiting for midnight. Oh, it's New Year's Eve. Perfect setting. She adjusts her beaded shawl and walks into the guest room. Artem is socializing with the other guests. Soon notices her and walks over to greet her.
목걸이가 조금 삐뚤어졌네요. 조금 만져줄게요.
Your necklace is a little crooked. Allow me. She lets out an affectionate sound of agreement and casually pulls aside a few stray locks of hair, while Artem to loosen the necklace clasp around her neck. An affectionate sound of agreement? Oh my god, they're being more direct than usual. She moves closer to him as though to make it easier for him to adjust the necklace, then whispers in his ear. The organization has received the intel. The special ops team will arrive at the old fireworks factory in Shaming City and intercept Shanghai Association's firearms deal. According to Artem's intel, a faction within the Shanghai Association ordered a shipment of weapons disguised as fireworks, and they intend to carry out the deal at midnight on New Year's Eve. At least when she says pass the salt, Daddy, only one person will reach for the salt. This faction has always used force however they liked, while claiming it to be all in the name of clearing out moles. If the deal goes through, there will be much more bloodshed in the future. For the past 4 years, Rosa and Artem have been using this method to transmit information to the outside. So far, the two have successfully completed all their missions. Artem nods slightly and signals with an outstretched hand for her to hold on to him. How many years? How many years was that? 4 years. They have been married. They have been fake married, which means basically married, for 4 years. Oh my god. This is like the most progress a Rosa and Artem ship has like ever made.
자, 그럼 가볼까요?
All done. Shall we go? Artem leads her over to the dining table and picks up food and drinks like the other guests, but every step of the way has been carefully planned. 4 years of stepdaddy romance. No husband and wife romance. The stepdaddy romance was longer. Go to Walgreens. Meet with the handler to find out the next mission. That's the goal of tonight's trip. The so-called handler is the intermediary between the intelligence officers in the field and superiors. To ensure security, intelligence officers only have a single line of communication with their superiors. They can only send messages through the handler and cannot communicate directly. For the past 4 years, Rosa and Artem have been receiving orders from their superior, codenamed Mr. Bai. However, neither of them has met him in person. Is he here?
아직이요. 저희가 일찍 도착한 걸까요?
No sign of him. Maybe we're early. Artem takes out his pocket watch to look at the time. It's already past the rendezvous time, but the party is still going on peacefully. Artem, I remember that he's seldom ever late. What's going on?
일이 있어서 조금 늦어지나 보죠. 일단은
Maybe he got held up. We should first. Artem's consoling words are forever buried in the sound of a gunshot. There's already gunshots? Oh my gosh, why is Artem's story so fast-paced today? The doors to the banquet hall burst open, and a group of masked men rushed into the venue like a dark whirlwind. Every one of them is armed to the teeth, their guns pointed at the guests.
다들 똑보사.
Stand still and don't move.
움직이기만 해. 세상으로 보내줄 테니까.
If anyone dares to make a move, I'll let them meet their maker.
상회 사람?
People from the association? Rosa immediately recognizes the man who fired the warning shot at the ceiling. He's Boss Lu, the head of the thugs hired by a faction of the association. And he belongs to the same faction that planned the arms deal tonight. As the masked men are about to drag a terrified guest away, she feels Artem move beside her.
여기서 기다려요. 가서 협상해 볼게요.
Stay here, I'll go negotiate. The music is so intense too. Like, wow, they really went all out for this series. Artem, wait. As she yanks Artem back, Boss Lu takes a rag from his subordinate and tosses it out for the guests to see. Suddenly, the whole hall is filled with screams, and people frantically back away, trying to get away from something. Is that...
지금부터 누가 됐든 여길 나갈 생각은 꿈도 꾸지 마.
From now on, you guys are locked in. Don't even dream about leaving.
우리 애들이 여기 숨어 있는 내부 첩자를 찾아낼 때까진 아무리 높은 분이라도 소용없으니까 그런 줄 알라고.
Oh my gosh. Not until my men find the mole hiding in here. Even if you're the Lord of Heaven himself, you'll still have to go through me first. When the crowd disperses a little, she can see what's in front of her. What is it? What is it? Oh no. It's not a rag. It's a waiter's blood-stained shirt, riddled with bullet holes. The blood has long dried. The guests stare at each other as they listen to Boss Lu's threat. Not a single soul dares to make a sound. Boss Lu is clearly satisfied with the silence and is about to raise his gun again.
상회에서 내부 한다니 처음 듣는 이야기죠?
Why didn't I hear anything about the association trying to catch a mole?
누가 입을 열어? 당장 나와!
Who said that? Come out. Rosa quickly turns her head to Artem. He takes her arm in his and walks through the crowd, looking as though he's merely spotted an old acquaintance.
오랜만이네요. 우린 그저 축하 파티를 즐기고 있었을 뿐인데 갑자기 들어와 내부 첩자가 있다고 하니.
I hope you're well, Boss Lu. We were just celebrating the holidays when you burst in and said there was a mole.
다들 긴장한 것 같네요. 무슨 상황인지 좀 듣고 싶네요.
People are inevitably a little nervous after hearing this. Perhaps you can disclose more information.
저와 제 집사람도 그렇지만 상회의 높으신 분들도 이 일에 대해 상당한 흥미를 느낄 것 같아요.
My wife and I are interested to hear more about the situation, and I'm sure that the senior members of the business association would be as well. Oh, he uses a very old-fashioned term for the word like wife. Last time he used the modern term wife, and then this time he used the word 집사람, meaning house person. Yeah, of course it's going on YouTube. Boss Lou seems displeased by what Artem is implying. She can't help but subconsciously squeeze Artem's arm, thinking quickly about how to deal with the situation. Boss Lou's faction never got along with Artem. It'll be difficult for us to get out of this situation. But in order to find out why they've locked down the venue, a direct confrontation may be the only way at the moment. Maybe I should mediate? Boss Lou,
그분들이 시내에 안 계신다는 건 대기사님이 더 잘 알고 계시지 않나요?
the big bosses are all out of town, Director Wing. You should know that better than me, no? The moment she opens her mouth, Boss Lou's voice immediately overpowers her. He glances at her, then sighs heavily at Artem.
일은 참 한순간이죠. 또 대기사님이 여기서 사모님과 연애를 즐기고 계실 때 누군가 더러운 일을 해야 하는 법이죠.
It was a sudden development. You're here relaxing with your wife, but someone's got to do the dirty work.
지금 믿을 만한 정보에 따라서 정형의 사람을 찾고 있습니다.
We have credible information that the mole is a member of the Sunglow Society. Or, oh my god.
본명은 엄휘라고 성화상회 간부 여러 사람인데 오늘 밤 웨이터 신분으로 호텔에 잠입했다고 하더군요.
Oh? The scum's real name is Darius, as in detective or captain. I forget his title. And he's rumored to be involved with several high-ranking members of the business association. He snuck into the hotel tonight as a waiter.
웨이터고요?
They killed Darius? A waiter? Boss Lou signals for his subordinate to kick the ragged shirt over. She looks upon its horrible condition, desperately trying to maintain her demeanor. Darius was the handler that Rosa and Artem were supposed to meet tonight. They killed Darius! Oh my god! Darius was exposed? With the state of his shirt, could he already be...
녀석을 찾았다가 금방 그 상태로 여길 빠져나가지 못했을 거예요.
Oh my god. Oh, he lived. How did he live? Okay. He was quick to escape when we found him, but in his condition, he shouldn't have made it out of here.
바라는 건 별로 없고 그냥 살았으면 산 사람을 죽었으면 시체라도 봐야 상황이 정리되지 않을까 싶네요.
I want him found. I think he says in Korean alive. That way we can figure some things out. Because like if he's dead, what could they figure out, right? Like this seems wrong.
이 녀석 참 생각이 짧지 않습니까? 사람이 수두룩한 연애에 오래 들어오다니.
Is he a complete moron for sneaking into a banquet with so many people?
위험을 무릅쓰고 잠입한 이유가 상회에 누군가와 접선하기 위함일 수도 있겠네. 배 기사님은 뭐 아시는 거 없으신가요?
Or did he risk getting in here to meet with someone from the association? Director Wing, what do you make of it? The investigation had already begun. But it's another past lives kind of card. The investigation had already begun. In his eyes, anyone present at the venue cannot be trusted. Certainly not Artem, who's from another faction. The whole stepdaddy thing threw you off? Yeah. It threw all of us off. Artem looks away from the ragged shirt and shakes his head after a moment of silence.
사실 제가 있긴 하지만 이런 쪽은 많이 접해보지 못해서 그런지 이해가 어려운 부분이 있네요.
To be honest, I don't have much experience with this kind of thing, but there's one thing I don't understand.
네?
Now we're spies. That's the word. We're spies.
엄희라는 사람을 잡아다가 미끼로 그와 관련된 상회 내부 첩자를 잡아내려는 건가요?
Are you planning to capture Darius and use him to lure out another mole who may be involved with him?
노균 씨도 알다시피 상회 윗분들이 배신자 색출을 중요시하는 만큼 무언가를 하기 전
허가를 받아야죠.
As you are well aware, Boss Lu, the higher-ups place great emphasis on weeding out traitors. That said, approval is required before any action is taken.
지금 상황을 보면 사람들에게 안내했다고는 보이지 않는군요.
Based on the current state of things, it doesn't appear as though anyone was informed beforehand.
내부 간첩인이 불시허를 찌를 수밖에요.
An element of surprise is needed to catch a mole. I could never be a spy, right?
당연히 내부 간첩이 도망가는 걸 원치 않겠죠?
Since Director Wing is concerned about the association, you wouldn't want to risk letting a mole escape, would you?
그럼요. 아마 급작게 이런 일이다 보니 상황을 좀 더 자세히 알아보고 싶은데 괜찮?
Naturally, I would not. However, this is all quite abrupt, so I would like to know a little bit more about what's going on. Boss Lu, you don't mind, do you? There's so much like...
그건
There's so much talking now, though. This feels more like a Rosa Artem card. Boss Lu sizes Artem up, his murky eyes making it difficult to determine what he's thinking.
모처럼의 기회 말한 것 같네요.
This opportunity is too good to pass up. While I would certainly like to have a heart-to-heart with you, I've already revealed all that I can.
이사님을 경계하는
Nothing personal, Director Wing.
업무상 표를 받을 수는 없기 때문에.
This is just business, and I must be fair. I hope you understand.
너희들 거기 있는 사람들 먼저 데리고 가.
You guys over there, take them away. Boss Lu suddenly turns and bellows towards another part of the hall. The screams of the guests echo throughout the venue, and some even fall to the ground in struggle. We weren't able to ascertain anything about Darius. Sooner or later... Wait, hang on. We weren't able to ascertain anything about Darius. Sooner or later, Artem and I will be taken away for questioning. It'll be too late if you don't do anything. Or if they don't do anything. Rosa forces herself to stop looking at the shirt on the floor and speaks decisively. Okay. Boss Lu, we're all willing to cooperate with your investigation. But you see, if we leave everyone standing here all night, some people won't be able to handle it.
이게 어쨌다는 거죠?
So what? Wouldn't it be easier to investigate if you had everyone situated in their rooms? Besides, there are others here who aren't from the association. Surely, if there end up being rumors that our people mistreated the citizens, that would be such a pity. She intentionally slows down her words at the last part. And Boss Lu's face twitches. He's about to say something when he's interrupted by an old man stepping out of the crowd. Oh. He bows slightly to Rosa and Artem.
누구?
You are...
시합니다. 전 그냥 별 볼 일 없는 호텔 지배인입니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, I beg your pardon. I'm merely a hotel manager.
저희 호텔이 평소 성화 상회 보살핌을 받아와서 혹시 괜찮으시다면 한 가지 제안을 드려도 괜찮을런지요?
This hotel has always been taken care of by the Shanghai Business Association. If I may I make a suggestion?
전 상관없습니다. 전 상관없습니다. 노균 씨는 어떻게 생각하시죠?
I have no objections. What do you think, Boss Lu? Yeah, maybe I'm pressing too fast. The old man is very earnest, which makes it hard for Boss Lu to snap at him, so he curtly acquiesces.
들어보자고.
Let's hear it.
분들이 최소한 하룻밤은 보내실 예정이니 호텔 측에서 그만큼의 객실을 준비하는 건 어떨까요?
Since you will all be spending at least one night here, how about the hotel prepares room for everyone?
건물 전체를 수색하는 것도 사람들을 신문한 것도 원하시면 전부 협조하겠습니다.
Whether Boss Lou wants to search the hotel first or interrogate us first, the hotel is willing to cooperate. Will he agree? Boss Lou's gaze glances over the hotel manager and stops on Rosa and Artem. Just when she thinks he's going to give them a hard time, he waves his hand dismissively at the hotel manager.
알았으니까 준비나 해.
Fine, get it done quickly. About half an hour later, Rosa and Artem are placed in a double room. Okay. The sound of chaotic footsteps can be heard outside the door, along with the noise of doors being opened and closed. Rosa has no idea what Boss Lou has planned. Artem ignores the chaos outside, heading straight over to the bed and fluffing a pillow.
내일 아침이면 돌아갈 수 있을지도 모르니까 일단은 쉬어.
Get some rest. We may get to go home tomorrow. Okay, I'll go get changed. Since it's possible that someone might be listening at the door, the two of them keep up an ordinary conversation. She deliberately throws her coat and handbag on the bed, then walks around the room with Artem, searching for any possible listening devices. After making sure that the coast is clear, she sits down next to him on the edge of the bed.
자, 목걸이 풀어줄게요.
Let me help you with your necklace.
밤 있었던 일에 대해서 어떻게 생각해요?
There's gonna be so much whispering this card because of this. I love it. What are your thoughts on what happened tonight? Artem speaks softly as she feels him undoing the necklace clasp, his hands then coming to a stop. Even without saying it, she knows that both of them are concerned about the same thing. Something's up. Darius would never make such a critical mistake when it comes to confidentiality. What's strange is that even his real name was leaked.
배신자가 있다는 말인가요?
You think a traitor let it slip? It's highly probable. There's one other thing I'm concerned about. I know, whisper more. Is it true Darius got captured before escaping with wounds, just as Boss Lou said? After all, when Boss Lou threw that shirt in front of everyone, it was hard not to suspect that he was bluffing.
그러니까 지금
So now... Rosa looks at the door, apprehensive that a knock could come at any moment, clenching her fist subconsciously. It looks like we'll be here for a while. We have to accept the interrogation for now and figure out what happened to Darius. There are no clocks in the room to check the time. Outside the guest room, silence gradually returns and not even a whimper can be heard. In the eerie silence, Rosa hands over her belongings to Artem for a final inspection as if racing against something invisible. Until at last, Artem looks down and examines her gun carefully. His expression seems to soften somewhat.
이 총 쓴 지 얼마나 됐죠?
You haven't been using this gun for long, have you? 4 years? Ever since you taught me how to shoot.
시간이 벌써 그렇게 되다니
It's already been so long.
아직 기억할지 모르겠네요.
I don't know if you remember.
4년 전에 꼬박 하루를 운전해서 당신을 함영시로 데려왔잖아요.
4 years ago, I drove all day and all night to bring you to Shaming City. Oh my gosh, they're reminiscing on their marriage. Artem's eyes shift from her pistol to her. This kind of small talk seems out of place in the current situation, but Artem was the one who brought it up. She smiles and willingly follows along. Of course I remember. You told me all kinds of things along the way and how we had to play our parts well. Back then, I was amused by how naggy Mr. Wing could be once he got into character.
그래요? 당신이랑 있으면 저도 모르게 생각이 많아지나 보네요.
Is that so? Whenever I'm with you, I start to think about so many things.
전에 그랬죠. 정보원으로서 이 길을 계속 가고 싶다면
I told you, didn't I? As an intelligence officer, if you want to keep going down this path,
반드시 각오가 되어 있어야 한다고요.
you would need enough cognizance. Okay, guys. We're looking up this word. Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but I swear to God. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Swear to God. It's fine. It's been 4 years, Artem. I still want to help you realize your ideals, and I've been improving my ability to do so.
제 꿈을 위해서라고요.
For my ideals. Well, sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm wrong, you know? But okay, I'll look up the Korean later. But definitely, that's not the right word. Why? What do they think cognizance means?
저번에도 그 말을 했던 걸로 기억해요. 생각해주는 것만으로도 정말 기쁘지만 그런 뜻이 아니에요.
I remember you saying that before. I'm glad to hear that, but that's not what I meant.
꿈, 실력 이런 건 제가 하나하나 가르쳐줄 수 있어요.
Ideals and abilities. I can teach you all of those things.
하지만 가끔은 특수한 상황에서만 단련되는 그런 게 있죠.
But there are some things that can only be honed by oneself in a certain special circumstance. You mean... The New Year's Eve lights outside move slowly along the outline of Artem's figure, his face blurred by the black light.
항시에서 계속 숨어지었다곤 하지만 대부분 비밀리에 움직여서 이런 총들은 거의 얽힌 적이 없어요.
We've been undercover at Shaming City, but have always operated in the shadows. We've almost never been directly involved in any of these conflicts.
전달자의 생사도 알 수가 없고 조직도 연락이 안 닿는 상황이에요.
We don't know if our handler is dead or not, and we're not able to contact the organization.
당신의 파트너이자 선배 그리고 남편으로서 앞으로의 우리 행동에 대해 책임을 져야 해요.
As your partner, senior, and husband, I must take responsibility for our next move. He said husband.
그래서 출발하기 전에 당신의 생각은 어떤지 최대한 확인하고 싶어요.
So before we go, I'd like to understand as many of your thoughts as possible, or I want to confirm your thoughts. After making that puzzling statement, Artem hands the gun back to her.
가져가요. 보니까 관리를 정말 잘했네요.
Here, take it. After looking at it, I can see that you've maintained it well. Yeah, what did you mean when you said you wanted to understand my thoughts? She can't help but look at Artem, but he falls silent. In the dim light, her gun reflects the colorful, flickering lights as it sits in the palm of his hand. It seems like a strange, unfathomable invitation. But his expression is as soft as ever. She hesitates and reaches for her gun. Oh, cutscene's coming. You guys. The moment she takes hold of the gun, Artem suddenly grabs the barrel. Let's just take a moment to admire how big his hands are. Look at how big his hands are. Yowie hands. But oh my god. Give Stepdaddy a kiss. Oh my god. Yeah, welcome back, Father Shiny, to this. I love her dress though. Look at how beautiful her dress is. Isn't this beautiful? Look at the back. Her qipao is so pretty. And the adornments in her hair. I love these cards because of like all the unique styles we get for Rosa. Also glasses, Artem. And an irresistible force pulls her upward. Irresistible? Why would they use that word? Why would they use that word in this context? I guess they're trying to make it sexy. I'm like, but I don't think that's the point of this moment. And soon the barrel of her gun presses hard against a soft spot.
이게 바로 각오예요.
This is it is not cognizance. This is not F you Hoyoverse. You're ruining my scene with your bad vocabulary. Okay, hang on. What did he say? Maybe I can hear it this time.
이게 바로 각오예요.
Yes, you need determination, resolution, kago. Okay, I figured out what he was saying. He's saying kago, which is resolution. I swear to God, this game drives me crazy sometimes. What the fuck is cognizance? I'm okay. I'm fine. Oh my God.
삽탄, 장전, 사격. 제가 다 직접 가르쳤으니 언젠간 저보다 잘죠.
Lock, load, and fire. I taught you that myself. And you always excelled. I guess that's better.
총을 쏘라고 명령한다면 할 수 있겠어요?
If I asked you to pull the trigger, would you be able to do it? The gun they are both holding trembles slightly as if it is alive. It feels like her senses can stretch along its metallic surface until they connect with Artem. Oh, that head shift. Oh, that was so good. But you know it's not the real him. As she wants to break the illusion, she looks up and caresses Artem's hair while speaking softly. I assume with her other hand. My God. Artem, are you testing me?
훈련이라고 해두죠.
It's a rehearsal.
받으시 안 오긴 절 믿지 않아요. 그자가 한번 의심하기 시작하면 여길 무사히 빠져나가긴 힘들 거예요.
As you just saw, Boss Lu doesn't trust me. It will be difficult for us to walk away if he begins to suspect me.
만약 정말 그런 상황이 벌어지면 가장 빠른 해결법이 뭔지 알아요?
If it comes to that, do you know what the quickest way to resolve the situation is? What? As she says that, she feels the barrel of the gun move down slightly to Artem's chest. Just as the muzzle of the gun is about to slide toward his waistcoat button, he suddenly raises it with force and grimly breaks the indescribable silence between them.
서로를 지목해서 적에게 혼란을 준 다음 시간을 끄는 거예요.
Oh, blame each other to confuse the enemy and buy ourselves time. Oh. Apparently, Rosa's very good with a gun in this universe, so we don't need to worry. But man, this is intense.
그래서 지금 확인하고 싶은 건 긴급 상황에서 제 정체를 밝히려고 하면 따를 거냐는 거예요.
So I want to make sure, if worse comes to worse and I want you to give me up, would you obey that order?
아무리 이해하기 힘든 명령도 이성을 잃지 않고 처음 가졌던 꿈을 위해 흔들리지 않을 자신 있어요?
No matter how difficult my orders may be for you to understand, would you remain rational and keep your original ideals in sight without wavering? Yeah, he's definitely using the word resolution. I fucking hate that they chose cognizance. I don't even know why they did. Cognizance just means awareness. It makes no sense in this situation. What the heck? Okay, I'm fine. In the face of her silence, Artem doesn't push the question. He is not so much giving her time to think as he is waiting for a desired answer. And the more she stands up against him, the more she realizes something. No matter what happens, she never wants to say anything to him that she doesn't mean. Is there no other way? The first thing an intelligence officer should do is to avoid risk, not imagine what to do in a dangerous situation. I have the ability and the resolution you're talking about to ensure we get out of this together. So if something goes wrong, I hope you'll give me the chance to do things my way. For a moment, Artem's left hand tightens its hold. But just as she tenses up her body, Artem relaxes all of a sudden, turning back into the Artem that she knows.
잘 알겠어요. 정말 당신다운 대답이네요.
I understand. It's very like you. Such an answer.
물론 당신에게도 선택권을 줄 거예요.
Of course, I'll
늘
give you the
걱정되긴
choice.
하지만 처음 봤을 때부터 재능이 있다는 걸 느꼈거든요.
I'm always worried about you, but from the first moment I saw you, I could sense your gift. I could sense your abilities, your gifts.
정말 타고난 사람이에요.
You are truly a blessed person. Artem? Even as partners posing as husband and wife, the distance between the two of them in this moment is too close. Enveloped in Artem's presence, she feels a strange sensation. It is as though the sound of his heartbeat is conveyed through the barrel of the gun, and it seems faster than what would be normal. Before she can react, a knock on the door interrupts them. No, don't interrupt them! Okay, next act. Was that only the first act? Rosa and Artem move over to the door, and Artem nods at her. A calm, unaffected expression returns to his face as he opens the door. The hotel manager and Boss Lou stand outside the door. The hotel manager bows slightly to her and Artem before speaking.
실례합니다. 혹시 괜찮으시다면
Excuse me, but if it's all right with you, the reason they are here is obvious. Not waiting for the hotel manager to finish, Artem nods.
묻고 싶은 게 있으신 거겠죠? 바로 나가겠습니다.
Is there something you want to ask us? We'll be right out. The hotel manager escorts the two of them to another suite and then leaves without a word. Due to the unexpected situation tonight, this room has been temporarily converted to Boss Lou's stronghold.
편하게 앉으시죠. 금방
Take a
끝날
seat.
테니까요.
This will be over in a moment.
뭘 알고 싶은 거죠? 우리가 도울 일이 있다면
Is there something you would like to know? If you need our help. Or if there's something we could do to help. Boss Lou waves his hand and doesn't sit down.
그러실 필요 없. 사실 두 분을 부른 건 사과를 드리고 싶어서예요.
Oh, no need to be courteous. In fact, I asked you both here to apologize. Apologize?
방금은 외부인이 였는데 아오미를 생포해서 체포 작전이 생각보다 일찍 끝났습니다.
Oh. I couldn't say much because there were outsiders, but we've already captured Darius alive. Darius has been caught? Or at least he's alive. She looks at Boss Lou quietly, thinking about how to steer the topic in the desired direction as quickly as possible.
제가 무식쟁이라 마음이 급해지면 이성을 잃어버리거든요.
Director Wing, Mrs. Wing, I'm a bit of a brute and I get irritated easily.
아까 그렇게 소란 피운 건 또 잘못한 거니까 두 분께 이렇게.
It was wrong of me to shout at both of you just now. I apologize.
그래서 배 기사님과 윗분들께서 넓은 아량을 베풀어 주셨으면 하는데.
So I must ask you to help me make an exception for me with the big boss's director wing. Wait, what? By that, Boss Lou doesn't mean he wants Artem to inform the higher-ups of their forced entry into the hotel tonight. But his behavior now is vastly different from before, and there's something odd about the cajoling look on his face. But we will have to agree if we want to know what happened to Darius. Oh my god, what's going on? I don't trust him. Rosa can't help but look at Artem, who does not remain silent for long. He soon speaks in a conciliatory tone.
그 일은 신경 쓸 필요 없어요.
Boss Lou...
걱정된다면 다시 한번
Wait, hang on.
그 일은 신경 쓸 필요 없어요.
You don't need to worry about that.
그래도 걱정된다면 다시 한번 약속하죠.
If you're really worried, I can promise you again.
오늘 밤의 일은 상부에 보고하지 않을 거예요. 이런 건 서로 이해해 주자고요.
I won't inform the higher-ups of what happened tonight. We can understand each other. Or let's understand each other.
역시 아량이 기사님.
Of course. Director Wing, as expected of you. An expression of relief immediately appears on Boss Lou's face, and Artem smiles in response.
그나저나 정말 궁금한데 엄이라는 내부 첩자는 대체 누구죠?
But I'm curious, what kind of person is this mole named Darius?
멍청한 쥐새끼에 불과합니다. 부상까지 당해서 저희 식구들한테 결국 잡혀버렸거든요.
A not so clever rat, that's what he is. Besides, he was wounded, so it didn't take long for my men to find him. Is Boss Lou telling the truth? If so, Darius is likely held up in the hotel somewhere.
왜 그러시죠? 부인께서 궁금한 게 있으신가?
What's the matter? Mrs. Wing, it looks like you're curious about something. Her thoughts are suddenly interrupted by Boss Lou and Artem staring at her. No, she's searching for the right words to say when she spots Artem nodding at her. Now is a critical moment to ask about Darius. Even without the signal, she knew as much. So she frowns, pretending to be troubled by something difficult to say. I don't know if I should say anything. I've always been friendly with the wives of the higher-ups. In a previous gathering, I heard them talking about Shanghang society.
그러셨군요. 혹시 를 고주실 수 있나요?
Oh, Mrs. Wing, would you care to share? They said that the members of the Shanghang society are extremely cunning. Not only are they good at forging identities, but they're incredibly elusive. But this Darius got caught so easily? I may be overthinking it, but there's something else going on.
그럼 부인께서는
제 아내가 하고 싶은 말이
So
뭔지
you mean-
알겠군요. 정영회가 수작을 부려서 이게 타격을 걱정된다는 거죠.
I think I understand what my wife means. She's worried about the Shanghang society has something bigger planned to jeopardize our interests.
수작이다. 그런 일들이 많습니다.
Something bigger planned. They have done something similar in the past. Boss Lou ponders her words and slowly falls into deep thought.
윗분들이 지금 시내에 안 계시지만 다들 현장에 있었더라면 우리가 주한 정보를 놓치는 걸 원치 않으셨을 거예요.
The higher-ups are out of town now, but if they were here, they wouldn't want us to miss anything important.
그래서 우리가 어미를 다시 한번 조사해 볼 필요가 있을 것 같은데 노균 씨 생각은 어떨지 모르겠네요.
I believe we must interrogate Darius. What do you think, Boss Lou?
우리라뇨. 대기사님, 그게 무슨...
Director Wing, what are you? Artem takes a thoughtful look
오늘
at Boss
밤
Lou.
일은 보고 없이 넘어간다고 했지만 그래도 상호 간의 이해는 어느 정도 전제 조건이 필요하기 마련이에요.
Ooh, I said I wouldn't inform the higher-ups and that we should understand each other, but that understanding is largely built on a few premises.
이제 서로에 대한 선입견은 내려두고 상회의 미래를 위해 손을 잡을 때 같은 것 같네요.
I believe it's time to put aside our differences and work together for the association's future.
이사로서 받지 않는다는 건 말이 안 되는 일이죠.
As the director, how could I stand idly by knowing there's a mole right under my nose? That wouldn't sit well with the higher-ups.
노균 씨든 저든 업무적인 실수를 상부에 들키고 싶지 않은 입장이에요.
Neither you nor I wants the higher-ups to know about our oversights. Time crawls as Boss Lou maintains a silence. The unbearable weight causes her to involuntarily dig her fingernails into the sofa armrests.
듣고 보니 그렇네요.
That's true. Boss Lou looks out the window. Several cars are parked outside, all waiting for his instructions. He looks at them for a while longer before closing the curtains quickly. The resolute businesslike look returns to his eyes.
이렇게 하죠. 일단 애들을 시켜서 부인을 대구로 모셔다 드리겠습니다. 그리고 이사님께서는 남아서 저희와 함께 하시겠다는 거죠?
Let's do it this way. I'll ask my men to take Mrs. Wing home. Can I take it Director Wing wants to stay behind and handle business together?
맞아요.
That's right. Oh? That gives Artem a chance to meet with Darius. I'll find a way to inform the organization after I leave the hotel. Boss Lou motions for her to leave, followed by a quick sprint to the door to open it for her.
오늘 밤은 수학이 짭짤하네요. 앞으로 바빠질 일만 남았군요.
It's been a fruitful night for us. We still have a lot of work ahead of us.
그러니
So... Huh? Just when she thinks Boss Lou is going to turn the door handle, the lock is turned in the other direction. What's happening? When Boss Lou turns to face them both completely, there is a gun in his hand.
계속 협조 부탁드리죠.
I must ask for your continued cooperation. Oh no. Boss Lou waves his gun several times and the muzzle points back and forth between Rosa and Artem. Rosa falls silent, but her body automatically responds by reaching for the gun in her bag. Artem, however, seems to ignore the gun in front of him as he adjusts his position on the sofa.
노균 씨, 이것도 무슨 짓이죠?
Boss Lu, what is the meaning of this?
이렇게 된 마당에 돌려 말할 필요는 없겠네요.
There's no point beating around the
상위
bush.
간부들을 의심하고 있었어요.
There are a few people we've been suspecting for a long time.
그래서 오늘 밤 그중 몇 명을 초대해 똑같은 멘트로 이야기를 나눴죠.
So I use the same excuse to invite some of you to chat tonight.
우리를 의심하고 있는 거라면 호텔 봉시며 이 야단을 필요까지 있었나요?
Why go to such lengths if you only suspect us? Stealing off the hotel, throwing around that bloody shirt.
그냥 그러고 싶더라고요.
To make a big scene, of
근데
course.
배 기사님, 그 피우면 보통 사람 같아선 놀라서 아무것도 못 하거든요.
With how much effort I put into making a ruckus, the average person would have been scared to death.
2분 직전에 들어온 사람은 말하는 것도 시원찮고 한결같이 내부 첩자와 선을 긋더군요.
The family that came in ahead of us, they were stumbling over their words, trying to distance themselves from the mole.
2분만 이렇게 침착했어요.
It's only the two of you who were able to remain calm.
무슨 말이 하고 싶은 거죠?
What are you trying to say?
저랑 어딜 좀 같이 가주셨으면 합니다. 두 분에게 여쭤보고 싶은 게 있거든요.
I must ask the two of you to come with me for more guidance.
물어볼 거라뇨?
There's something you want to ask? Artem seems to ponder the meaning behind Boss Lu's statement and finally just
겨우
laughs.
이 대화로 우리가 당신이 찾던 내부 답지 아닌가 싶네요.
Okay. Hang on, I need to hear that laugh again.
물어볼 거라뇨?
Based on what you just said, you think we're the moles? Doesn't that seem a bit
겨우 이
far-fetched?
대화로 우리가 당신이 찾던 내부 첩자라고 생각하는 건가요? 억지 아닌가 싶네요.
He's so hot.
너무 억지스러워서 별별 소문이 떠들 수밖에 없.
Oh, it's so far-fetched that it makes me think.
마치 당신들이 소문대로 내부 첩자를 찾는다는 핑계로 사람들을 마구 잡아들이는 것처럼요.
It's almost like you were, as rumor has it, seizing people at random under the guise of looking for a
눈에
mole.
가시인 사람한테 그럴싸한 죄명을 씌운 다음 기회를 봐서 제거하는 건가요?
You plant a false charge on people you don't like, then you get a chance to wipe them out. I love how he turned this around on him. Oh my god. Hearing Artem's accusation, Boss Lu only sneers.
마음대로 생각하시죠.
You can think what you want.
애초부터 당신들이 하는 말이라면 헛소리라 생각하고 들었거든요.
I've considered everything you said as a load of garbage since the beginning. What does he mean? He's not looking for the moles? Huh? Boss Lu reveals an ugly smile. He takes a few slow steps towards Rosa and Artem, as if admiring his prey caught in a trap.
당신들이 내부 첩자면 어떻고 또 뭐가 달라지나요?
Whether you're the moles or not, what difference does it make?
조용할 날 없는 이 어지러운 세상에서 내부 첩자를 잡듯 당신들을 없애버릴 이유는 충분하거든요.
These are troubled times. Wait. Oh, I like how he says this.
조용할 날 없는 이 어지러운 세상에서 내부 첩자를 잡든 말든 당신들을 없애버릴 이유는 충분하거든요.
In these troubled times, whether you're the moles or not, it's enough reason to get rid of you.
어쨌든 우린 같은 부류의 사람이 아니니까요.
After all, we don't walk the same path. Oh my god. So Artem's right. It's not that he really suspects that they're moles. It's just a pretense. He just wanted to get rid of him. Oh, that makes it so much worse though, doesn't it? Because it's not like a matter of proving their innocence. They're targets no matter what. Or does that make it easier? I don't know.
계속 그렇게 근거 없이 판단하는 확실히 같은 부류의 사람.
If that matters, right? If that's like, I guess like they don't need to blame each other, right? Because he said like if it comes down to it, will you just like the plan would just be to confuse them by blaming each other. But would they really need to do that if the target is just Artem? It won't matter, right?
그렇게 근거 없이 판단한다면 확실히 같은 부류의 사람은 못 되겠네요.
We can't, especially if you keep making subjective assumptions like that.
살아서는 그거 알아요? 인간의 본성은 아무리 숨기려고 해도 숨길 수 없다는 거.
Don't bother arguing. You know what? No one can fully conceal their nature.
연회장에서 모두가 고개 숙일 때 당신들만 앞으로 나왔어요. 저라면 그렇게 못했을 텐데 말이죠.
But you two were the only ones to stand up to us when everyone else in the banquet hall submitted. I couldn't have done that.
오늘 밤 두 사람의 언행은 우리의 일처리 방식을 안 좋게 보고 다른 겁쟁이들처럼 고분고분하지 않다는 걸.
Your actions tonight have proven you don't agree with how we do things, nor are you obedient like those cowards.
이렇게 된 이상
In that case,
내부 첩자를 사냥하면서 당신들도 같이 처리해버리. 완벽하지 않겠어요?
wouldn't it be lucrative if I just take both of you out while I'm hunting down the mole? Oh my god. Basu walks in front of Artem. The barrel of the gun, like a beast ready to pounce, slams against Artem's forehead, pushing it back. Although Basu might be doing this to get them to give in. Oh, this is a tough choice. Protect Artem or distract Basu? I think we have to trust that he can take care of himself, right? She still has a gun in her bag. If she doesn't seize this opportunity, she'll be next after Artem. Please stop. As she lets out that scream, tears overflow from her eyes. She makes sure to sob loudly, someone who has been in this type of situation before. Artem, can't you, for me, for us, can't you just confess everything?
말하라니. 뭘 말이죠?
She's going to blame him after all. Oh my, but I guess it's just to distract, right? And confess what? I bet you thought you hid it well, but I knew. You? Oh my, he looks so serious. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like when they have to betray each other. They do it enough in the main story. Or like fake it, you know? Oh, I don't like it. Okay. In a sense, Artem was right. The quickest way to resolve the situation is to blame each other. But she wouldn't really give him up. This is just a smokescreen to get Basu to waver and to buy some time for the two of them.
뭐냐고? 똑바로 말 못해? 꾸물거리지 말고 또 그치란 말이야.
What the hell, out with it. Wipe those tears away. Basu grows anxious and starts shaking her shoulders. Still in tears, she reaches into her handbag for a handkerchief. But the last second, she firmly grasps the handle of the gun and slams it into Basu's neck. Good acting, Rosa. Good acting. Oh my god. After a thud, he falls unconscious on the carpet. Oh. She quickly searches his body only to find some weapons, nothing related to Darius. Oh my god, she's so... Rosa in this card is so strong and capable. Look at Artem's shocked face and expression. Wait, hang on.
당신.
That's so... Man, that's so satisfying. Don't come over here. Check on the situation outside. Oh my gosh, Rosa taking charge? Artem moves to the door when he stops abruptly. Knock, knock. The sound of knocking makes the hands on her neck stand up. The only people who would knock at this moment are Boss Lou's men.
누구세요?
No answer, but from the crevice under the door, there appears to be only be one person. Artem steadies his breath and opens the door slowly.
잠시만요.
Wait a moment. The door is shoved open with a whoosh, and before she can see what's happening, Artem has already grabbed the person at the door and yanked them inside. In the struggle, the person's hat falls off, which causes Artem to take a step back in surprise. Darius!
엄휘?
Oh my god. Wait, is that his name in Korean? What is happening, you guys? She locks the door quickly as Artem helps Darius off the ground. He is dressed as one of the Basu's men with no obvious signs of a gunshot wound.
부상당한 거 잡힌 거 아니었나?
Didn't you escape after being
이것은 뭐지?
injured? Why are you wearing these clothes?
다쳤다고?
Injured?
아까 연회장에서 접선하려고 했는데 안 녹인 쪽 사람들이 거길 봉쇄하고 있던 걸?
Oh, they should have given him an outfit. It's so weird to see him like this. I guess they didn't want to draw him an outfit. I guess they also didn't want to draw like Celestine an outfit, but I'm sad. Show us his clothes. I was going to meet you guys at the venue earlier, but I discovered boss's men had sealed out the venue.
계획대로 하긴 힘들어 보이길래 그 사이에 잠입해서 두 사람이랑 합류할 기회만 엿보고
The original plan wasn't going to work, so I snuck into their ranks and waited for an opportunity to meet you guys.
내 신분이 노출된 건 맞지만 바로 달려들지는 않더라고.
Although they knew of my identity, they didn't come after me immediately. Boss who said he captured you, was it just a cover?
그런가 봐요. 절 잡는 것보다 저랑 관련된 상해 스파이를 찾는 게 더 급선무였던 거.
It seems he was more concerned about my contact in the business association than he was with me.
저쪽에서 두 사람을 찾아내는 건 시간 문제라 남아서 구출할 타이밍을 찾고 있었어요.
I knew it was only a matter of time before he followed the trail back to you guys, so I stayed here to find a way to get you guys out.
그래도 신분이 놀된 건 사실이잖아. 왜 나가서 조직에 알리지 않은 거야?
Wasn't your cover blown? Why didn't you notify the organization
두
first?
사람을 버리고 어떻게 가?
How could I leave you behind?
조직은 더 큰 위기에 빠진다고.
What if Cloudbreak was also exposed? It would only spell bigger trouble for the organization.
일일이 설명할 시간 없으니까 빨리.
There's no time to talk. Let's hurry. Oh, what happened? What happened? What is this whoosh? After a strange thud, Rosa watches as Darius falls to the ground. Oh, what's happening? What's happening?
엎드려!
Get down. Artem pushes her to the ground, and the smell of blood mixed with the hotel's fragrance rushes up her nose. The instinct she's trained over the past 4 years kicking in as she and Artem both scramble up, raising their guns at the same time. At this point, the door to the balcony has been opened, and the hotel manager walks in.
그럴 필요 없어. 난 자네들을 해치고 싶지 않거든.
What's happening? I knew the hotel manager was a little bit sus. There's no need for that. I mean no harm. Did he fire the gun? She immediately recognizes the model of the gun. Even the silencer is top of the line and extremely difficult to acquire.
엄히 뒤를 밟길 잘했어. 드디어 찾아내다.
It seems like following Darius paid off. I finally found you.
운하 말이야. 지금 이 중에 있지?
Cloudbreak must be one of you guys, right? It's both of them. Oh no. Cloudbreak, a code name that they poured countless hours into maintaining, is now easily revealed by a hotel manager. She stares at the person before her, unable to ascertain whether the emotion boiling up inside is shock or anger.
운하만 조용히 차에 타면 오늘 밤 죽는 사람은 아무도 없을 거야.
If Cloudbreak steps forward and leaves in a car with me, nobody has to die tonight. Who are you?
우리가 알고 지낸 지 4년이 됐는데 말이야. 이렇게 말하면 어떨까? 백 선생이라는 익숙하겠지?
We've known each other for 4 years, or perhaps you are more familiar with Mr. Bai. Mr. Bai? This guy is our superior? She inadvertently looks at Darius. The organization stipulates that intelligence officers and the superiors communicate with each other only through an intermediary known as the handler. Only he has met Mr. Bai. And now, Darius' expression says it all. He glares at the old man in front of him, barely able to contain his pain.
배신자.
Traitor.
이것 하나만 알려주지. 하명씨는 이미 붕괴 직전이야. 싸움과 충돌이 갈수록 심해지고 있거든.
Let me give you a heads up. Shaming City is already on the verge of collapse. The fighting and conflict will only get worse.
인간에게 타고난 저주라. 이익을 쫓는 본능이 있는 한 이런 일은 계속될 걸세.
Is this a curse that people are born with? As long as our instincts for profit remains, these things cannot go away.
이 상소 잠복을 이어가는 게 무슨 의미가 있겠어?
In that case, what's the point in hiding?
차라리 나처럼 새로운 방법을 찾아서 살라고. 살아남아야 미래지. 안 그런가?
Why don't you find a new way to live like I did? After all, you only have a future if you're alive, right?
말만 듣기 좋을 뿐. 그게 바로 배신이다.
That's a nice way of saying you're a traitor.
그래서 운하를 빌미로 새로운 뒷배를 찾으려는 건가요?
So you want to make a name for yourself by offering Cloudbreak to your new patron? Mr. Bai smiles, not confirming or denying anything.
조직 규정 때문에 운하에 관한 정보를 알 수 있는 권한이 없어서 그게 진짜 누군지는 모르겠지만
Due to regulations, I wasn't allowed to know the personal information on Cloudbreak or his true identity.
범휘는 알고 있어. 조금만 손을 써서 사람들이 이런저런 목적과 이익을 위해 움직이게 만들면
But Darius knows. A little push here and there and people will start acting or start moving in their own self-interest.
결국은 찾고 싶은 사람을 찾아낼 수 있게 되지.
And that's when I can find the person I'm looking for.
훌륭하네요. 근데 운하가 당신을 순순히 따라갈 거라고 어떻게 확신하죠?
You played your cards right, but how are you certain that Cloudbreak will go quietly with you?
확신은 없어. 그래서 다른 방법을 찾아뒀지.
Of course I can't be sure. That's why I prepare something else. What?
안노균한테 익명으로 정보를 하나 흘렸네. 그쪽에서 군사 무기를 거래하는 걸 정영애가 알게 돼서 손을 쓸 거라고 말이야.
In an anonymous tip to Boss Liu, I informed him that the Shengheng Society knew about the arms deal and that they would intercept it.
그렇게 하면 안노균이 내 정보를 의심하지 않고 한편으로는 나를 설득할 수 있게 되지.
On one hand, it will ensure that Boss Liu believes my tip. On the other hand, I can use this to convince Cloudbreak.
안노균이 속해 있는 파벌이 어떻게 할 것 같은가? 거래를 취소할까?
What do you think Boss Liu's faction would do? Cancel the deal?
아니면 상대방의 계획을 역이용해서 매복
Or would he set
후반에 든 쥐를 잡을까?
or would he set up an ambush, like shooting fish in a barrel?
당신
You. Artem's breathing becomes noticeably faster, but he calms down as his gaze darkens.
지금 이 자리에서 제가 배신자인 당신을 즉결 처분하면 어쩌려고 그러는 거죠?
Aren't you afraid I'll take care of a traitor like you?
급할 것 없네. 아직 거래는 시작도 안 했으니까. 난 이 호텔을 최대한 빨리 벗어날 수 있는 방법과 거래를 멈추는 방법을 알고 있어.
Don't be so hasty. The deal hasn't gone down yet. I know the fastest way out of the hotel, and I know how to stop the deal.
언제까지나 전제 조건은 운하가 날 따라서 여길 떠나는 거야.
But only if Cloudbreak leaves with me.
지금 당신만을 라고 생각하는 건 아니겠죠?
Do you think anyone will believe you? Mr. Bai takes out a ring of keys from his pocket, shaking them at Rosa and Artem.
여기 내 차 키가 있어. 차는 개조해서 정보를 주고받을 수 있고 지금은 지하 차고에 세워뒀지.
One of these keys opens my car. It's been modified to send and receive telegrams, and it's parked downstairs in the garage.
차고는 호텔 직원 전용이라 입구에 사람 있고 있으니 나와 같이 가야만 소란을 일으키지 않을 수 있단 소리야.
The garage is for hotel staff only, and the door is always guarded. That means you have to come with me so as to not cause a scene.
물론 날 처리하고 가도 좋아. 하지만 그러면 시간은 시간대로 걸리고 다들 무사히 나갈 거라는 보장은 없을지도 모르겠군.
Of course, you can leave with me here, then you can deal with me here, then leave. But that would take time, and there's no guarantee you'll all make it out of here alive, is there? Oh, Artem's gonna sacrifice himself, isn't he? Or will Rosa do it first?
내가 원한 건 운하 하나야. 이 중요한 타이밍에 굳이 거짓말할 이유가 없지.
All I want is Cloudbreak. There's no use in covering up for him at this point.
운하는 사람이 정직하다고 들었는데 그렇다면 동료가 영문도 모르고 희생당하는 걸 보고만 있을 리 없을 거야.
I heard he's a man of integrity, and he wouldn't want his companions to be sacrificed in vain.
그럼 이제 어떤 선택을 할지 궁금해지는군.
How will he choose? They both have the same ideal, so choose. Is this the game where Themis cries and you get their tears? Yes, it's true actually. That's how our polls are done. We make Themis cry, then the tears hopefully become an SSR card. At least one person must leave the hotel as soon as possible to notify the organization. Whether pretending to cooperate or breaking out on her own, it's now time to decide. After spending so much time with Artem, she understands his temperament all too well, even though she isn't actually his wife. Please, they've been married for 4 years. They've been fake married for 4 years. She basically is. Mr. Bai is right about one thing. Artem would choose to shoulder everything instead of watching his companions die. And not long ago, she promised him that she'd find a way for both of them to escape. As much as I'd like to say that I'm Cloudbreak, you wouldn't believe me. But either way, take me with you. I guarantee you won't lose out on anything. Oh. Wait a moment. Oh my god. Before Artem can say anything, she stands up and raises both her hands to face Mr. Bai. I have to offer myself as bait to give Artem, the more experienced one, a chance to escape.
아무리 봐도 당신이 우나 같진 않아.
Well, no matter how I see it, you don't look like Cloudbreak. Do you think I'm in the mood to lie?
조심해서 나쁠 게 없으니까.
Nothing wrong with being
게다가
cautious.
의심할 만한 이유도 있고 말이야.
Besides, I do have reasons to doubt you.
그거 아나?
But you know,
내가 우나를 데려가려고 하는 건 단순히 이용 가치가 있어서가 아니야.
the reason I chose to make a name for myself by offering up Cloudbreak is not only because he's valuable.
그 조직에 무언가 숨기고 있는 게 있을 수도 있으니 그냥 나와 함께 떠나는 게 낫겠지.
He may be hiding something from the organization too, so he may as well leave with me. What? Hiding something? What does that mean?
4년간 단 한 번의 실수 없이 수집한 정보를 도시 곳곳에 알리다니.
Oh.
정말 그렇게 뛰어난 사람이 있을 거라고 믿나?
Oh, it's because he's an NPC, Blue Nose. That's why he doesn't have a character portrait. 4 years without failure, intelligence gathered from every corner of the city. Who is truly that capable?
누나도 자신을 도와주는 정보망이 있을지도 모르는 일이지.
Maybe he has his own intelligence network to help him with his work.
뭐 사람들을 키워서 이쪽도 우나라는 코드를 쓰게 한다든가. 잘하면 우나가 한 명이 아닐 수도 있겠어.
Oh, he's already figured it out. For example, he may have trained someone and let them use the moniker Cloudbreak. That codename may be more than one person.
근데 아가씨는 그렇게 경험이 풍부한 사람 같진 않아.
And miss, I'm afraid you don't look experienced at all. She merely laughs at Mr. Bai's baseless speculation. Speculate however you want. If you really want to know how capable Cloudbreak really is, take me with you and you'll find out. With that, she walks over to Mr. Bai.
하긴 시간이 우릴 기다려주진 않을 테니 말일세.
Yes, time doesn't wait for anyone.
만약 서로 속고 속이는 상황이 또 생긴다면 앞으로 어떤 일이 벌어질지 장담할 수 없어.
If we keep lying to each other, what happens next will be completely out of our control. Wait. He's not... Wait.
제 말 아직 안 끝났습니다.
I'm not done talking yet. Artem? However, just as she's about to reach Mr. Bai, Artem suddenly speaks. She looks back to see him slowly lowering his gun, his shoulders relaxing. It's almost as if he has made an irreversible decision. He leans on the back of the sofa with one hand and pushes back the tousled hair on his forehead.
맞습니다. 이대로 계속 숨겼다간 일이 걷잡을 수 없게 될 것 같군요.
You're right. Keeping it a secret will only spiral the situation out of control. God damn it.
우나는 저뿐이고 방금 말한 소문들에 대해서는 가는 길에 다 설명하죠.
I am Cloudbreak. As for the rumors, I'll explain them to you after we leave. Oh, no. Hello, Akashiro Takeru. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome to Lumine Supremacy. We normally do Genshin Impact, but today we're doing Tears of Themis. Artem, what are you? Rosa's about to speak when a burst of laughter from Mr. Bai interrupts her.
내 분이라니.
Oh my, trouble in paradise for the lovely couple.
다들 거짓말을
Or-
하고
and
서로
they said it-
감싸주려는 걸 보니 소문이 어느 정도는 맞나 보군.
Oh, interesting.
내 분이라니.
And they say you're
다들
a
거짓말을
couple.
하고 서로 감싸주려는 걸 보니 소문이 어느 정도는 맞나 보군.
No, he wants to tell the truth and both of you want to cover for each other. It seems at least one part of the rumor is true.
운하가 정말 한 쌍의 연인이었던 건가?
Is Cloudbreak really a pair of lovers? Oh my god. It is. They're actually in love. Oh, I'll show you the poll animation in a bit. Because I might do a 10 poll today. I was thinking about polling for other stories. I'm just not sure which story.
조직의 정보원 자리가 비어서 어미한테 사람을 찾으라고 해. 하지만 반드시 신중하게 한 사람만 찾으라고 했지.
In the beginning, there was a vacant intelligence officer spot in the organization. I allowed Darius to train one, but he needed to be careful and only look for one person. Upon saying this, he looked meaningfully at Rosa and Artem.
그럼 지금
So what's going on with Director Wing
백에서와
and Miss
백부인은
Wing now?
어떻게 된 거지?
What does he mean? Didn't Artem discover me by accident and refer me to the organization? Wait a minute. It wasn't an accident? What are you guys talking about?
제가 다 설명할 테니까 듣지 마요.
Oh, no, 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 no. There is betrayal. Wait, there's real betrayal? Hang on. So many unexpected things happening in this card.
제가 다 설명할 테니까 듣지 마요.
I'll explain everything, so don't listen to him. Explain what? You saved me. Isn't that what happened? Artem doesn't respond immediately, despite that she's the one he's talking to. It almost seems like he's being interrogated. He looks to be expending enormous effort to suppress any emotion. It isn't the first time he's made this expression. In the past, they had another encounter. Oh, flashback. Time for a flashback? Already? At this moment? It was winter too. Artem burst through the wooden door into the quiet backyard.
난 여기부터 수색하도록 하지. 타깃은
I'll search over here first. The target
이게
might be.
어떻게 된 거지? 당신은 누구죠?
What's going on? Who are you? He's about to rush toward her as she lies on the ground, but he suddenly covers his nose and mouth. The disgusting smell that permeates the cold is evidence enough of a fierce battle. Artem forces himself not to check the other person lying on the ground first. She would later learn that the man was his mission objective. He was one of the thugs who killed her family, who lost his life when she was trying to defend herself. I heard someone entering the house and arguing, and gunshots. Everyone was dead. I was next, so I hid and tried to think of something. Still confused, she clings firmly to the gun she snatched from the thug. She mutters those broken words to Artem without even realizing that she's still sitting in a pool of cold blood in the dead of winter.
당신이 이런 건가요?
You did this?
당신이 저자를
You...
총은 처음인가요?
Is this your first time using a
반동이
gun?
있었을 텐데 괜찮나요?
It would have recoiled. Are you hurt?
당신
You... Is he shocked by her behavior? But if it's just surprise, why does he look so sad?
배근호, 사람은 찾았어?
Artem, did you find him? Another person comes running. He looks around and soon understands the situation.
그쪽은 데려가려고?
Are you going to take her away?
정말로 괜찮은 인재라면 조직을 설득할지도 몰라.
If she's really a good one, we might be able to convince the
그건
organization.
그래도 본인 생각은 어떨지 모르잖아.
What does she think? Are you guys talking about me? Are you gonna take me away? Artem interrupts her suddenly and turns to her. In the years since, he has praised her many times for her talent as though she had been blessed. But there was one thing that he was never able to say. This talent can lead a person down a very cruel path from which there's only one way forward. She didn't know anything about that back then. She just waited.
네. 이 모든 걸로부터 나게 해줄 수도 있어요.
Yes, I can take you far away from everything. She waited as the man slowly kneels before her on one knee with a tenderness that seems out of place amidst the film.
당신이 결정만 내린다면 말이죠.
But you have to make the decision. What is happening? Wait, someone explain. That was not enough for me to understand. Little by little, the truth comes to her. She shakes her head slowly, not wanting to believe it to be true. You mean you didn't actually report my name to the organization? I've been on a probational period this whole time?
조직은 원칙적으로 사람을 데려올 수가 없어요. 당신은 특수한 케이스라 추천하기 전에 신중한 판단이 필요했죠.
The organization's rules didn't allow me to bring anyone back. Your circumstances were unique, and I needed to take careful consideration to refer you.
당신과 같이 하명시의 임무를 완수하고 나서 당신이 정보원이 될 수 있는지 결정할 생각이었어요.
I wanted to finish the mission in Xiaoming City with you, then judge if you could be an intelligence officer. Stepdaddy Artem. Hearing Artem's explanation, she can only chuckle. Careful consideration. Just what would need 4 whole years of consideration?
복잡한 부분들이 있어요. 전
There were many complicated factors. The gun trembles uncontrollably in her hand. More memories related to Artem flood through her mind, almost too many to bear. How complicated could they be? All my effort over the years. Was it insignificant to you? Oh no, the betrayal. Oh, hang on. So,
당신이 노력하는 게 보였기 때문에 계속 고민했던 거예요.
I have my concerns precisely because I saw how much effort you've put in.
계속
It's a
저 같은
Noel
삶이 되고
situation.
싶다는 것도, 제 꿈을 이뤄주고 싶다는 것도 한마디 한마디가 다 저와 관련된 말이었잖아요.
Ah. You keep saying you want to be just like me and fulfill my ideals. Almost every statement is about me. I see. So he was worried that she wouldn't be able to dedicate herself to the organization because she was so dedicated to him.
어떻게 저 하나 때문에 이 위험한 거예요? 또 그걸 제가 어떻게 보고만 있어요?
Oh, or this. How can you make the decision to walk down this path because of me? I couldn't forgive myself if you... If I what? What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, they don't have time for this. We forgot about that fact. They have no time for this. Oh, shit. What? You... At this point, Boss Lou starts twisting around the ground before suddenly opening his eyes.
배신자.
Traitors.
이대로.
I'll have you. Before Boss Lou can get up, he stops moving after a dull sound. He gradually lowers his head as a crimson puddle spreads rapidly across his chest.
쓸모를 다 했으면 입을 다물어야지.
Honestly, I'm with Mr. Bai on this one. Useless people don't need to talk.
한창 협상 중인데 말이야.
After all, I'm still negotiating. Yeah, like, don't interrupt us right now, okay? Rosa's having a moment. Boss Lou lays still on the ground, and Mr. Bai points the gun back at Rosa and Artem.
아무리 설명해도 저 아가씨가 정보원이 아닌 한낱 평범한 시민이라는 사실은 변함이 없어.
Oh no. No amount of explanation can change the fact that this girl is not an intelligence officer, but an ordinary citizen. That's why I thought it was so strange that they only had one name for the both of them, like one code name, but that makes so much more sense now. Because she was never an intelligence officer. Oh my god.
완수할 임무도 없고 지켜야 할 이상도 대의도 없이 그냥 운명의 장난에 휘말렸을 뿐이겠지.
You have no mission to complete, no ideals or righteousness to uphold. You were only caught up in this matter. It's not like that.
하지만 지금 둘 다 날 따라 나설 수밖에 없을 거야.
But now you can only go with me. Both of them. In the days she lived with Artem, she always believed that the future he spoke of would come true. A world without life and death situations brought on by man-made disasters. A world where people wouldn't be forced to make difficult choices to survive the chaos. Those who are capable will be able to hold the future in their own hands. This reminds me so much of Spy Family. Except she's Anya. Oh no. She strongly agreed with everything he spoke of. But was she only moved by his ideals, or was there another reason as well?
꽉 쥐어요. 이제 팔은 움직이지 말고 심호흡하는 거예요.
Oh, another flashback.
이제 손 놓을게요.
She'll make him look at her with new eyes. And then one day, she'll be worthy to stand beside him.
잘 생각해 봤나요?
Flashbacks. I love the music. The music for these flashbacks is so good. It's so suitable. I can imagine it like a movie. Besides, our identities aren't all fake. We may not be married, but we're family. And I really want to live up to the ideals you mentioned. Is that all?
그래서 지금 확인하고 싶은 건 긴급 상황에서 제 정체를 밝히라고 하면 따를 거냐는 거예요. 아무리 이해하기 힘든 명령도 이성을 잃지 않고 처음 가졌던 꿈을 위해 흔들리지 않을 자신 있어요?
She doesn't want to abandon Artem because she loves him. Feelings that should have been known but were overlooked because of various realities of the situation run through her like electricity. They are almost enough to overwhelm her. But under no circumstances can she communicate those thoughts. She can only stand here and accept them. Oh my gosh, she just realized she's in love. At the same time, a loud bell rings through the room, signaling that midnight is fast approaching.
그만.
Artem suddenly gives her a look. For a moment, she thought he would explain it to her carefully, as he always does. The next second, she's pushed to the ground. She struggles to look behind her and sees that it was Darius who had rushed over.
미안해요.
When the momentary pain subsides, she realizes her gun has been taken away. Before she can retrieve it, she instinctively looks up. Artem! Oh, look at this though. Look at this. I freaking love this shot. Oh, this is a beautiful picture. Artem has restrained Mr. Bai and retreated to the balcony. The white curtains behind him dancing in the night wind seem to open their arms, inviting him to a wild feast from which he cannot leave.
전 이곳에 남을 거예요.
I'll stay here. No, come back. Artem doesn't budge an inch, no matter how much Mr. Bai struggles. The light from outside the balcony lights up his face and his eyes. His gaze, which used to shine and drift whenever it fell upon the fake wedding photo, is now as sharp as a blade.
정말 재밌네요.
This has truly been fun.
내부 첩자와 그 윗선이 한 호텔에 있다니. 이 밑에 있는 사람들이 알게 되면 어떤 반응일까요?
How will the people downstairs react when they hear the rumored mole and his superior are both in the hotel? He's offering himself to ensure a future for her because he believes she will be motivated by her feelings to take the risk on his behalf. But maybe that was his plan. He may have decided that after listening to her answers in the guest room. Oh no, Artem. Look at this angle, right? Look at his eyes. They're so sharp and pretty. Hi, Lucky. Welcome in. I'm good. We're doing the AU card for this year's New Year special, and oh my gosh, it's set in like Shanghai. I don't think it was the 1920s for Shanghai, but that kind of like when the city was developing and everything. And Artem is a spy. This is nuts. The story has had so many twists. Yeah, it's an interesting time period. Also beautiful clothes. Yeah, no problem. Everyone should follow Lucky. Are you streaming today? You only stream on weekends, right? Oh, how was your New Year? Happy New Year, by the way. I hope you had a good one. She's forced to watch as he takes the ring of keys from Mr. Bai's pocket and throws it to her.
차키가 뭔지 확인할 시간 없어요. 먼저 차고로 가요.
No time to figure out which is the car key. Head to the garage
두
first.
사람이라면 문지기쯤은 문제 없을 거예요. 시간적으로도 괜찮아요.
The guards won't be a problem for you. You should make it in time.
서둘러요. 빨리 여길 빠져나가서 폭죽 공장에 있는 사람들한테 알려야 해요.
Go now. You have to escape the hotel as soon as possible and notify the people in the fireworks factory. No, I haven't.
아직 당신에게 명령할 권한은 없지만 만약 절 아직 멘토이자 가족으로 생각한다면
Oh. I know I can't give you orders now, but if you still think of me as your mentor, as your family.
가요. 뒤도 돌아보지 말고 절대 뒤돌아보면 안 돼요.
Go, don't look back. You must not look back.
오랜 시간을 함께한 결말이 사사로운 감정에 휩쓸리는 거라면
If after all the days we spent side by side, we are destined to be consumed by love together,
전 당신이 살아남는 걸 선택하겠어요.
then I would choose to let you live. Oh my god. Did he just admit that he loves her? This was... Wow. Okay. Yeah, weekends usually. Happy New Year. It was good, just a relaxing time. Oh good, I'm glad. You stayed in, right? I think we counted our New Year's down like at a hotel while watching a Gayo Daejeon. Let me see. Darius begins to pull her back. She reaches forward with her hand in vain, grasping towards Artem's face.
어서.
Oh! Let me go, I promised. And then...
어서.
Yeesh. This voice acting, so good. Daddy Artem, stepdaddy Artem. Her voice is lost in the wind, but is there really no other way?
하지만
Surely.
알아둬요.
Oh,
정보는
flashbacks.
늘 외로움과 스트레스가 뒤따라요. 하명시에서도 장시간 잠복하는 일이 생기거나 매번 위험이 따를 수 있어요. 우리를 버티게 하는 건 꿈과 능력도 있겠지만 결국은 각오예요.
Oh my gosh, this freaking word. It isn't our ideals or abilities that keep us going, but our resolution. Fuck the word cognizance. Who the heck? I'm fine. I'm just getting mad at Hoyoverse again for poor vocabulary. I swear to God, who is doing the Tears of Themis translations? I spent my New Year's playing our E4 remake. Oh yes. My resolution. She used to think that the so-called resolution was identifying with Artem's ideals and working toward them. But without that selfishness connected to Artem, is there still a part of her that is truly unwavering? And if so, would she be willing to do whatever it takes to achieve it? Apply for trans. I would if I had time. Tell Artem. Tell her. Oh, I like that there's only one option. Just fucking tell him. Yes, tell him. Please do it dramatically. Just do it. She stops struggling and lets her arms fall to the side. You've already made a decision, haven't you? You don't need to hold me back anymore. I understand. She seems to give up all resistance and mumbles like a robot. And the moment that Darius lets go of his grip, she forcefully breaks away. It worked. She was faking giving in. Oh my god. She's so funny. I love Rosa. I watched the first YouTube apology video. Oh wow, already. And it worked. Before she subdued again, she snatches back the gun that was pointed at Artem and Mr. Bai. Lock and load.
무슨 짓이에요?
What are you doing? We're not done talking yet. Oh my god. Rosa is a badass in this card. Artem, you asked me what my resolution is, and now I can answer your question. She takes a deep breath. Just saying that means she's made a decision. There's no turning back now. Do I not have the right to live up to those ideals and beliefs just because I'm not an intelligence officer? We've been playing a married couple for 4 years, and I've seen firsthand the sacrifices intelligence officers have to make and the dangers they face. But all of this just makes me want to change things more.
알아요. 당신이 어떤 생각을 하고 있는지 알아서.
I know the way you feel about me, and that's why. No, you don't understand. Oh my gosh. Wow, Rosa shutting Artem up? Hi, AQ. Oh my gosh. We're doing a Tears of Themis card, and this is so fun. I love this card. This is my new favorite card, guys. Follow AQ. No, you don't understand anything. This is great. She raises her voice sharply. In all these years, she and Artem rarely ever had any confrontations. A sense of release washes over her. Those unspeakable thoughts can finally come pouring out. She accepts whatever ending may come. You know, Artem, even if I cast aside all my own feelings, I would still make the same decisions. Your ideas have already become a part of me, and everything I do is of my own volition. In light of the situation, I want you to release Mr. Bai and let me stay behind. Why? Wait, what? The two paths before are clear. One is to return to normal, and the other is to officially enter the field. The organization cannot lose Cloudbreak, and it is impossible to let him perish. The only option is for her to stay behind to prevent even greater losses.
꿈이라고?
Your dreams?
당신도 배그누드 정말 멍청하구나.
You and Artem, both of you are idiots. Perhaps realizing his scheme wouldn't work, Mr. Bai bursts into a terrible fit of laughter. With Artem focused on her, he seizes the moment to elbow Artem and make his escape. Artem! She clenches her teeth and aims the gun at Mr. Bai's head, but he is struggling so hard with Artem, her aim is a little off.
쏴요.
Shoot.
저 신경 쓰지 말고.
Don't worry about me. What? Darius? Darius has sprinted over to Artem Mr. Bai before anyone could react. He expends the rest of his strength to push Artem towards Rosa. As she watches on dumbfounded, he grabs Mr. Bai by the neck and backs up towards the balcony, pressing a gun to the other's temple.
결정하는 건 내가 도와주지.
Let me make that
난
decision
백시
for
때문에
you.
여기 벗어나도 멀리 가진 못할 것 같아.
Thanks to this upstanding gentleman, I won't be able to get very far even if I do escape from here. Darius just said, like, let me just decide for the both of you. I will stay behind. Wow, Darius is a true hero.
오랫동안 준비한 일인데 마지막에 두 사람의 짐이 될 수는 없잖아.
After all our hard work, I can't drag you guys down at the very end.
이거 놔! 계속 이러면 사람들이 소리를 듣고 몰려서 더 벗어나기 힘들 텐데.
Let go of me. If this goes on, everyone will hear, and you won't be able to escape.
언젠간 듣게 되게 돼. 안 그래?
They'll hear it sooner or later, won't they? Just as Mr. Bai said, there's a faint commotion in the hotel courtyard below the balcony. Perhaps at this very moment, someone is looking up in confusion.
설마
Don't tell me.
배신자랑 같이 죽을 거냐고?
Dying with the traitor?
그러니까
Of course not.
내가 남는 게 맞는 것 같아. 애초에 수배된 상태라 녀석들의 시선을 끌 수 있을 거야.
I should be the one to stay. I'm already on the wanted list and it'll distract our
두
enemies.
사람이 벗어나면
When you escape,
나도 기회 봐서 빠져나갈게.
I'll find a way to escape on my own. The white curtains on both sides of the balcony shake violently several times, covering his sweaty face for a time. So Artem doesn't have to sacrifice himself for once? This is crazy. There's so much newness to this card. It's so fun. The noise downstairs becomes clearer, and Darius is breathing heavily in pain.
방에서 보도록 하.
See you outside.
몸 조심하고.
Take care. Artem, you guys... Without waiting for her to stop him, Artem pulls Rosa to his side and heads out the door. But how could Darius buy them time to escape? People downstairs might have seen him already, unless... Wait, Darius. Too late. The moment Artem yanks on her arm, she hears a dull thud behind her. Is that the sound of a human body makes when it hits concrete? It looks like something has fallen. When she turns around, all she sees is a gun on the carpet. Oh my god. Happy New Year's, AQ. How has your year been going? You came in at a really exciting part, so I'm sorry if I didn't ask that right away. Oh my god. The balcony is empty, almost as if no one had been there. Please, I hope that Darius landed on Mr. Bai and Mr. Bai broke his fall. Like, screw Mr. Bai, but let Darius live. Oh my god. Is this the last part? It has to be, right? This has been crazy. This has been such a ride. What happens next fits together like oddly contoured fragments in her mind. The time Darius brought her and Artem wasn't much, and the two of them still have to fight on their way to the garage. In the midst of intense gunfire, Artem pushes her into Mr. Bai's car and sits in the driver's seat himself.
꽉 잡아요.
Hold on tight. With a deafening bang, the car crashes through the garage door and out into the night. The fireworks factory is off in the distance, eerily quiet. This music is so good too. It got me so into it. Like a dead zone in a busy city. Artem steps on the gas hard, but the pursuing cars are so close that they're almost parallel with the both of them. Rosa shoots at them out the window, but soon she hears empty clicks. No more bullets.
녀석들은 신경 쓰지 말고 이걸로 폭죽 공장에 신호를 보내줘요.
Forget about them. Use this to send a signal to the fireworks factory.
안에 남아있는 5발이면 충분할 거예요.
5 bullets left. That should be plenty. She looks down at the gun Artem threw on her lap. There's a specific set of communication signals within the organization that can be used by firing a gun at a certain rhythm. But this only works if the people from our organization are still waiting to ambush the fireworks factory.
서둘러요. 꿈을 걸릴 시간 없어요.
Hurry or else it'll be too late. Forced to ignore the pursuers, she grits her teeth and raises her gun. The 5 rounds are exhausted quickly, but there's no response. She clutches the gun, praying. Oh. A flare pierces the night sky and rises slowly above the factory. Looking at its familiar color, her eyes well up with tears. Someone is lighting up the night, no doubt to guide them. It's a signal from the organization. They responded to us. They're still alive. Artem. Artem? Oh shoot, did he get shot? She turns her head, seeing Artem cough quietly as though trying to suppress something. Gritting his teeth, he turns the steering wheel, slamming into the speeding car beside her. It spins out of control into a side street. Was he shot during the run out? Oh no. Afterward, he tries desperately to get their car back on the road. Unfortunately, there is a sudden crash following the strange sound of glass breaking. How does he end up in an alley? That's what I need to know. She climbs out of the passenger seat, sprawling onto the cold, wet ground. There isn't a single place on her body that doesn't hurt, and her vision is getting blurry. Artem, where are you?
여기 있으니 걱정하지 말고 소리를 들어봐요.
I'm right here, so don't worry. Listen. Or listen to my voice. The sound of fireworks clashes with gunfire, and she has to focus to hear Artem's words.
걸 보니
Or low voice.
조직에서 우릴 엄호하러 왔나 봐요.
They're fighting. The organization is covering for us.
당신은 무사할 거예요.
You'll be fine.
사람들이 오고 있는 걸 봤거든요.
I saw someone coming. But you... The reason why the car flipped over was because Artem... She forces herself not to recall Artem's expression at that time and struggles to sit up.
다쳤으니까 일단 움직이지 마요.
You're hurt, so don't move for now. No. Artem's voice is close by. She has to find him. Thinking about this, all the pain in her body seems to fade. Oh, here it is. The cutscene. Why was this our card? Why? Why? Oh my god, he's all disheveled and bleeding. Oh no. Oh no. The moment she exerts her strength, the New Year's Eve fireworks burst again, suddenly illuminating everything around her. There he is. She's shocked at how close Artem is to her, breathing softly and quickly. Artem, you... He's losing blood. The sound of fireworks in her ears becomes muffled, and she vaguely realizes that she's still inching her way towards Artem, bit by bit. Oh, and she's crawling. Oh no, this is... Man, this card has been a ride. Artem shakes his head slightly and gives her a gentle smile.
이제 때 같은 것 같아요.
It's time. What? He glances in the direction of the fireworks.
중심가에서는 새해 축하가 한창이네요. 적어도 오늘 이 밤이 저들에게는 평온한 밤이겠죠.
Everyone in the city is celebrating the new year. At least for them, tonight will be a peaceful night.
올해 선물 받고 싶지 않아요? 제가 다 준비해서 집에 숨겨뒀어요.
Oh my god. Hi, Matt Saber. Welcome in. Do you want a gift this year? I wrapped it up and hid it at home.
줬었는데.
Oh my god. I also wrote, don't speak. Artem will go home as soon as the night is over, right? Of course, she already knows what Artem wrote. Since living with him, the two have stayed up on New Year's to write each other's blessings. According to him, any wishes made at the beginning of the new year will come true sooner or later. The two of them would always wish the best for each other and to be together in the years to come. Even now, she still believes that she will spend many more years with Artem. They'll grow old. She will grow old with him and look back upon their wedding photos together. Oh. We'll go home, Artem. I'll take you back.
집이요.
Home.
만약 정말 돌아가게 된다면
If we really go home,
저한테 화낼 건가요?
would you still be mad at me? Ah, he is... yeah, it's kind of related. I believe that the Tales of the Winterlands characters are based on the Tears of Themis characters.
당신에게 숨긴 게 있거든요.
After all, I kept so many things hidden from you, or I hid so many things from you. It seems he's wanted to get that off his chest for a long time. He carefully observes her reaction, like a man ready to accept blame. How could I be mad at you? It's not like you don't know that. Why did he take her away and keep her by his side? Just what was he thinking? Artem coughs softly. The hand covering his wound seems to slide down slightly.
전에 본인의 능력으로 자신의 미래를 선택할 수 있는 그런 사회를 만들고 싶다고 한 거 기억해요?
Oh my god, I can't handle Artem. Like, I don't remember the last time we heard Artem sound like he was dying. Like, has he acted out his death before? I don't remember. But oh my gosh, this is too much. Remember what I told you before? That I wanted to create a society where everyone can choose their future with their own abilities.
당신 실력이라면 분명 좋은 정보원이 될 수 있을 거예요. 하지만 전 꿈과 사심 때문에 당신을 곁에 둘 수밖에 없었어요.
I knew you were capable of becoming a great intelligence officer, but due to my own ideals and selfishness, or my dreams and my selfishness, I couldn't leave you. I had no choice but to stay with you. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I pressed that.
그런 미래는 고달플 테니까요. 그래서 당신이 어려운 길을 선택하겠다고 결정하기 전에
Such a future would be difficult. So before you make your final decision to embark on this dangerous path,
당신에게 선택권과 생각할 기회를 주고 싶었어요.
oh, that's actually really sweet. I wanted to give you the power to choose, to consider. To choose? On the first day here in Shaming City, Artem had repeatedly asked her if she had given it enough thought. Back then, she was still nervous and excited about her first mission. She thought he was just worried. I, Rosa, abide by the organization's arrangement for me to partner with Artem and infiltrate and build an intelligence network in the Shanghai Business Association of Shaming City. The words she had said to tease him now echo in her mind. Her lips quiver as she fights to not let a single sob escape. If only she could go back to that time.
그래야만 어떠한 각오를 바탕으로 어느 일에 대해 결정을 내렸을 때 그 뒤에 따라올 수 있는 일들을 내다볼 수 있거든요.
This is the only way for you to see what happens when a person makes a decision based on the resolution in his heart. I swear to God, this word is gonna haunt me.
저랑 같은 길을 걷겠다고 하면 당신은 손색 없는 운하가 되는 거고
If you were determined to take the same path as me, you could be more than worthy of becoming Cloudbreak.
이 길이 본인의 길이 아니라고 생각되면 언제든지 나가도 되는 거였죠.
If you didn't believe this path was right for you, you were free to leave at any time. That is, oh my God. So he planned to sacrifice himself from the start, or rather, I don't know how I feel about this. Oh my God. Is this why you kept asking me about resolutions?
근데 더 이상 물어볼 필요는 없을 것 같아요.
Yes, but there's no need to ask that now, is there?
끝났잖아요.
You've made your decision, haven't you? She thinks back to the scene where she raised her gun in a confrontation with Artem, sniffling. Actually, Artem, there are so many things she wants to say to him, but her consciousness is quickly fading away. I know he's gonna live because we've got like the moment afterwards. Like he's gonna have recovered from his wounds, but he does sound like he's dying right now and I can't handle it. She can't help but feel a sense of urgency, not to embellish the unspoken words, but to let them flow out freely. You don't need to wait that long. From the moment you knelt in front of me, despite the blood seeping into your clothes, I had a feeling. Is she hallucinating? The young man in her memory is gradually merging with the man before her. With the last bit of consciousness, she finally reaches him. As he had done with her, She ignores the blood and slowly puts her hand over his jacket. Everything about him makes her feel attached. If she really were his wife, she would also be sharing body heat with him like this, wouldn't she? Did you know, Artem? I've always had a feeling there's no one more sincere than you in the whole world. If she can continue forward with this person, maybe one day in the future, she will reach that ideal world.
진실된 사람.
A sincere person.
제가 정말 그런 사람이었다면.
If I was truly that person. Oh no, dying sounds. Not the dying sounds. Artem's voice becomes distorted and she hears him cough again. But this time, instead of trying to say something, he pulls her into his arms with surprising strength. His embrace is wet yet warm, like a net that's slowly opening but desperately trying to tighten. She can't help but feel a happiness nearing desperation as she snuggles against Artem's chest and looks up at his trembling lips. Oh my god. This is like a really tragic scene. Ah,
왜 그래요?
what's wrong? The moment their lips touch, she awakes with a jolt. She blinks as her eyes try to adjust to the sunlight. The fireworks factory is nowhere to be seen, instead replaced by a thick morning fog. Artem is sitting beside her in the driver's seat, unharmed. His hands are on the steering wheel as he gives her a look of concern. Is this in her dream? Did she fall asleep as she kissed him? Or she pass out, I mean?
잠이 덜 깼나 본데요. 방금까지
Are you woozy from sleeping too much? We were just talking about... Staring at his clean face, her response is stuck in her throat, unable to come out. The sound of the engine rings in her ear like some sort of underwater echo. Although the sun has risen completely, the fog is still present outside the car. It feels nothing like a normal world, or perhaps this is her mind hallucinating after falling unconscious. Is this Artem from 4 years ago? He was the one who drove all day and all night to bring her to Xiaoming City for the mission. Then...
갑자기 왜 울어요?
Why are you suddenly crying? The car pulls slowly to the curb. Artem leans over and wipes her tears. The touch of his fingers feels fleeting and illusory, like a burst of mist dissipating against her face with every caress.
어디 아파요?
Are you hurt?
함영시에는 늦게 가도 괜찮으니 어디 가서 잠시 쉬었다가요.
We can find a place to rest and head into the city later. No, I'm fine. It's nothing to do with my health. But how could she tell him? She already knows about his selfishness and secrets. Even if she knows what's going to happen in 4 years, she wouldn't change any of the choices she made. She tries to wipe the tears over or from her face, but Artem's face only becomes more blurry. Is this the end of the fantasy? She shakes her head at Artem as if she doesn't want to shatter the dream. It's okay. I'm fine. What were we talking about?
별일은 아니고 그냥 함영시에 도착하면 우리가 진짜 부부가 되는 거잖아요.
Nothing serious. Just when we reach Xiaoming City, we'll really become husband and wife.
그러면 전 당신을 부인이라 부르고 당신은 절
Dude,
서방님이라 하게 되겠죠?
I don't know how they tapped into this like writing, but man, it really feels like a drama. I love it. It's like a TV series. I can imagine. Oh man, in the future I'll call you my wife and you'll call me your husband.
이 호칭에 빨리 적응할 수 있겠어요?
Do you think that you'll quickly adapt to the nicknames? That's what you're worried about? I'm not too sure though. How about we give it a try now? Of course, that's just a cover. When she's working, there's no way they'll blow their cover. The reason why Artem brought it up must be some selfish motive. 자기야. She tries calling out to Artem. I should reply to that. Not surprisingly, his face turns red very quickly and he answers her earnestly.
네.
He's so cute.
백부인.
He's so cute. My dearest, my wife, my dearest, my wife. But what exactly is their relationship? Companions? Partners? Lovers? All she knows is that even if the world collapses the next moment, she will still be in this little car right by his side. She knows that he will drive onward, and she knows that she will still choose to be with him. After whispering Artem's name several more times, she leans against his shoulder like a real wife. Keep driving, Artem. I'm going to take a nap.
그래요. 도착하면 깨워줄게요.
I'll wake you up when we enter the city. Artem reaches for the blanket in the back seat of the car and covers her with it. Before long, the seat trembles beneath her and the view begins to disappear. Oh, now that I think about it, this reminds me of Manderley, the drive back, right? Into a burning house, okay. Or in this case, a burning city. The blanket is soaked with a mixture of sunlight and his scent. She snuggles closer and closes her eyes gently. Oh, that's how it ends? I can't believe that was the ending already. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm glad it didn't end on his actual death. That makes sense though. Okay, let me collect these real fast and then let's go. All right, time for the conversation. After story.
와서 안 돼요. 정말 오랜만에 바람을 쐬러 나온 것 같아요. 가끔 이렇게 쉬는 것도 괜찮네요.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like she really became an agent and he survived that night. Thank God. I don't really remember what happened after New Year's Eve. Artem informed me that the organization has defeated the association and rescued us. The two of us laid in bed together for a month before we were finally released from the hospital. We're still recovering though. No matter where the next mission takes us, we will never be separated again. Artem, there's something I've been meaning to ask. You must own a lot of scarves. Why do you always wear this one?
옷이 추억을 불러일으킨다고 하잖아요. 이걸 하고 있으면 당신과 함께했던 순간들이 떠올라요.
Aww. I recall there being a saying about that. Does that mean I'll have a similar feeling if I wear that scarf? By the way, what's that chain connected to you? I've never seen you take it off before. Oh yeah, this.
이거요? 별건 아니고 코트에 달 수 있는 펜던트예요.
Ah, it's a pendant to match your jacket. Don't mind it. A necklace or pendant? Wait, could it be the one with a picture of us?
맞아요. 하명시 임무가 끝나고 따로 우리 웨딩 사진을 남겨뒀거든요.
Also, it is a pendant. We
모처럼
finally...
같이 찍은 사진인데 간직하고 싶어서요. 몇 년이 지난 뒤에 다시 보면 감회가 새롭겠죠.
Oh, please. Had they not confessed already? Okay. Artem, where did you get this thing? I've only ever seen such professional equipment in photo studios before.
아, 그거요? 이번에
아,
당신과 휴양하면서 보니까 문제가 있더라고요. 그래서 다른 사람한테 구해달라 부탁했어요.
Oh, what problems? Some problems? Anything I can help with?
우리가 함께한 세월이 있는데 사진이 몇 장 없더라고요. 왠지 이대로는 안 되겠다 생각이 들었어요.
I suddenly thought that wasn't right. Oh my god, he's so cute.
그래서 휴대하기 편한 카메라를 골라봤어요. 이제 언제든지 기념사진을 찍을 수 있겠죠.
Oh my god, he's so cute. I'm curious about the kind of photos you take. By the way, have you tried using this camera?
아니요.
No.
셔터를 누르기 전에 촬영 대상에게 동의를 구해야 하잖아요.
And he cares? He cares about consent? Even for pictures? Artem Consent Wing. I love him. Your model. Oh, are you going to take photos of me now? Let me get ready first.
렌즈를 진지하게 바라보는 모습보다는 자연스러운 모습을 찍고 싶어요.
He wants to take candids.
웨딩 사진을 찍던 날 제가 만든 이상한 부케를 받고 웃음을 참는 모습이라든가 아까 길을 가다가 문득 가게 진열대 앞에 멈춰서서 구경하던 순간들은 모두 저에겐 소중했어요.
Oh. You're always talking about me. I was gonna ask when you wanted to take another picture together.
네? 왜 그런 생각을?
Last time we needed to take fake wedding photos for the mission, so this time we should take photos of what we want. Since we're both on vacation, why don't we walk around and test out that camera of yours?
좋아요. 그렇게 해요. 제가 펜던트 케이스를 만들어 줄 테니까 마음에 드는 사진 있으면 그 안에 넣고 다녀요. 그러면 어딜 가든 우리가 소중히 생각한 사람들과 순간들이 늘 함께하는 것처럼 느껴질 거예요.
Ah, that was so cute. Oh my gosh, I think that's definitely my new favorite card. It was such a good story. And has definitely one of my favorite versions of Rosa. Not that like every version of Rosa isn't perfect, but okay, maybe some versions are less than perfect, but oh, that was so good. Okay, finally we did the New Year's card. I want to do Winter Wish. Maybe later though. Maybe we should save Winter Wish for later. Thank you for enjoying the card with me.